Hello there. And we are back after a week of visions, of beautiful visions from the sky, of anime, for Star Wars Jedi Survivor review. It's over. It's done. We've beat it. We've actually had it beat for a while now, but we just finally have time to do a review.
We technically had it beat last week, but we recorded 9 reviews last week, and neither of us wanted to even consider recording anything else.
Yes, that would have been painful. I was sleepy.
Yeah, I mean, you seem pretty sleepy today.
I am kind of sleepy right now. When we ate, it kind of...
Yeah, I feel like you've been in a food coma for a little bit.
Yeah. Joining me, as always, for this review, Naomi, the Sith Holocron. How you doing?
Whoa,
I said it backwards this time. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
And Tyler, the Jedi Holocron. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This review, full spoilers.
You said it correctly.
Twice I've said it correctly.
I'm so proud.
I gotta do it for the people, the 4 people who are gonna watch this.
Yeah, the 3 people who will get to this point in the video.
Yeah. Also, I might spoil the Star Wars Battle Scars book in this video.
Yeah.
We'll see. Some minor, not major plot points, but just minor things.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if I just start asking questions about it.
Yeah.
So potentially major spoilers.
Yeah, we're probably going to spoil the book.
Just
if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Because I read it.
I already played the game, so
yeah.
I already know what comes after the book.
And the game honestly doesn't, the book doesn't really tie too much into the game.
I kind of figured it wouldn't.
Just, little things.
It's kind of just here's where everybody's been for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main thing the book does is it tells a story, which we'll maybe get into later, but it makes it just pretty much by the end of the book, they've all talked about their future together. They don't break up at the end of the book, because in the beginning of the game, Fallen Order spoilers. The crew's not up together.
Yeah. They're
all doing their own things because they all realize they want different things. So, yeah.
I mean, Seer and Cal kind of wanted the same thing. They just had different methods.
Yeah, Seer's more focused on keeping the history of the Jedi intact.
Yeah.
While Cal is more focused on defeating the Empire. Yeah.
More focused on execution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. But, those are kind of 2 arms of the same thing.
Yeah. Let's go about it different ways.
Really, it's Greasy Money and Marin who were very different in what their goals were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you want to start with this game?
Probably from the beginning.
I mean, they killed the senator from the first trailer. Whoa.
They did. See, because I thought, because you said that none of the characters in the intro level are from the book.
I don't think so. Were any of them named? I know Fret wasn't in this game from the book, and unless maybe no, I don't think the other girl, because the main 2 new characters are Fret and Irei, Irei.
From the book?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, that wasn't any of the ones that were there. I just assumed they were from the book, because it was a new crew of people.
Yeah, no.
So at first I was like, oh, these are all the people from the book. And then they all died, so I was like, so are they not from the book then?
No, they definitely. I was surprised how many of them died. Not.
They all died except for Bode.
Except for Bode, yeah. But I was more, because at the beginning when they had Cal, and I'm like, what? He's a fucking Force user. He's clearly wanting to confront this person, but then I'm like, oh, it took me a minute. I'm like, oh, these fucking cups aren't.
Yeah. I knew as soon as he was captured by cups.
Yeah.
That they were on his side. Mm-hmm. Coruscant Underworld Police is not catching a Jedi.
Do you know what made me immediately not think they were on his side? I'm like, none of those are the builds of the Mantis crew. I'm like, that's not Marin or Seer.
That's fair. I mean, I sort of just assumed that, they expanded their operation.
Yeah.
Which they did, but they also lost the other 3 members.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that Cal was working with Saw this time.
It's also interesting that Saw never contacts Cal.
Yeah.
I just realized that, right now.
Well, he works with Saw in the first game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you work with him for that first mission, and then, like, he never contacts you.
After your whole crew dies.
Maybe that's why he doesn't contact you.
Yeah. But it's because he's very much like... Because at this point... Let's think. At this point, has anything in Andor happened yet? Has his...
Wait, what year does Andor take place in? Fuck.
I don't fucking know.
Do
you know what year this game takes place in?
I don't remember. I want to say it was 9 BBY. I think. Here, which one are you looking up? I'm going to look up
Andor.
Okay, I'm going to look up when does Jedi Survivor take place.
When does Andor take... Because, like, is this after he gets burned by... Because you know how in Andor, the guy... Like, the Imperials find out his plan, but, like, what's his name just lets him get burned. Andor takes place 5 BBY.
5 BBY?
Oh, yeah, because it's 5 years. Remember, it's... 4 years.
5 and then...
Probably towards the end of 5. Because 4... Because season 1's 1 year, and then season 2 is 3 years.
Yeah.
Up to Rogue One. Which is like 1 BBY.
Well, technically 0 BBY.
Is it? I was looking at time, like, periods for the High Republic, and it was so confusing because I'm like, oh, it gets, the smaller it gets, the closer it is in the timeline, and the bigger it gets, because of the fucking stupid timeline.
Because the Battle of Yavin is the center point.
Yeah.
And, actually, I'm pretty sure Rogue One would be 0 BBY in that sense, then.
Yeah.
Unless Vader was chasing the Tantive 4 for a lot longer than I thought he was.
Did you get a timeline for Survivor, or a year?
What it says it takes place a full 5 years after the original game, meaning that Fallen Order took place in 14 BBY. So I'm guessing that means Survivor is 9 BBY.
Because Survivor also takes place at almost exactly the same time as the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah, 9 BBY. So that's when the Obi-Wan show takes place.
Okay, so yeah, we're not close to... This is pre... But I feel like he's just used to losing crew at this time.
Saw doesn't really care about losing crew.
Yeah. It's the price.
Not anymore.
It's the price of,
Price of victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's probably interesting, too, because the whole Tanalorr thing will help explain, like, possibly, like, why Cal's not... We'll get into Tanalorr at some point,
yeah.
But Tanalorr is, like, the coolest idea they could have possibly done. And tying him into the path is dope. Because there's so much possibility there, which we can talk about later. But... Fucking, yeah. He's working for Saw like the good old days.
Like the good old... I mean, that's probably, that's what he's probably mostly been doing.
Yeah.
For the past 5 years. I like how also the one Inquisitor in the game is like the tutorial boss.
Yeah, and it was a surprise. He was like, oh, she's alive still?
Yeah.
Because I thought we killed her in the first game.
I don't remember how I knew it, but I knew she survived the first game.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why I know that. I must have read it somewhere where people were like, no, yeah, it's confirmed she didn't die there.
Yeah.
And then you fucking beat her ass in the tutorial.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I saw the Inquisitor scene, I'm like, who the fuck's this? Because I'm like, okay, it's not Fifth Brother, because he's the villain of the book, and he doesn't die until Rebels, so...
Yeah.
It'd be weird. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Makes sense, though.
It would have been really interesting if it was Reva, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Reva could very interestingly tie into the third game, if they wanted to use her. Because where she's left off in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's true.
And, like...
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of shit they could do in the third game.
Shit they could do. But...
I like how... I thought... See, my first thought was it was Grand Inquisitor.
Oh.
When I saw the lightsaber.
That would have been interesting.
That was my immediate first thought, because that's kind of usually what I assume when I first see an Inquisitor saber.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's the one that comes to mind most of the time for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it makes sense that it would be Trilla's underling.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It makes sense, too, because, like, it's one that you can kill.
Yeah.
Because we already thought you killed her.
Well, and it's also, like... It also makes sense to do that as a good tutorial boss, because it's like, he's already beaten her before. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense to kill her as the tutorial, because, like, this is 5 years later. He's way beyond her now.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, having his third lightsaber style during that fight.
Yeah.
And I pogged using double blades. Those things were fucking shredders, dude.
Yeah, they were fucking dope.
The dual wield was the best stance.
I loved it.
In my opinion.
I really liked the triangle, like the triangle one, even though it was kind of hard to time sometimes.
The parry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, once you get farther in the tree and you come out of it, you do a swing.
Yeah.
So, like, the more you build into it, the better it gets.
I liked when how you could do 2 lightsaber throws.
Yes, the funny thing is, like, the tutorial doesn't remind you about that.
No.
So, like, I always forgot about it.
Oh, I kept using it all the time.
Yeah, it would have been more helpful, but...
I looked at the controls once, and I was like, oh, hey, lightsaber throw, I don't need to unlock it in this game.
Yeah.
Because he has all of his other powers from the first game, so I was like, where's throw?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Because you throw was an upgrade in the first game.
Yeah, so you already have it, but it's weird that it didn't remind you have it. Because one of the cool things about this game is, like, they don't depower you in any way.
No.
You have everything you learned from the first game in this game.
Yeah. Like, yeah, which I like, because I feel like in the first game it is kind of funny how late in the game you get some of the powers.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get force pull until, like, you're pretty much in, like, the third act.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, you know, now, all of the, like, new things they give you to get further in are just, like, BD upgrades and the like, talisman.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they give you the charge forward in midair.
Which was, I loved.
Yeah.
I loved the Force Dash. It was so great.
Yeah.
They made the gameplay, like, so much cool. Like, they made traversal even cooler. Like,
yeah,
because traversal was one of the problems with the last game. And even, like, between them fixing the minimap in this game, making it clearer, adding fast travel, and just making even, like, the way Cal moves even better with, like, with the jumps and the dashes, and they just, like, perfected it.
Yeah, because I feel like it's, for, like, the traversal stuff, it feels like it's a lot quicker in Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Like, he moves faster during, like, I know climbing in the first game, he climbed so fucking slow until you get to, like, near the end on Dathomir, and then he gets, like, the claws that let him go faster.
Yeah. He got better.
He got stronger.
He trained in, let's bring it over to the Battle Scars book. One of the first parts of the game is they're, like, on a mission or something. But it's because, you know, in the first game, how the Brood, the Haxian and Brood,
yeah,
like, they get sent to you get sent to the thing and you fight your way out. And then, ever since then, even in this game, the Haxian Brood are still trying to find you. They just haven't given up. But in that game, they're running from them or fighting them or doing something, but they're trying to sneak up on a planet. So, literally, Cal is jumping from, like, meteor to meteor.
In the book?
Yeah. So he got real good at jumping around. Like, he's jumping off, like, meteors in space just to, like, plant, like, a tracking device on something or, like, a beacon so they could...
That's pretty
So they
sick.
can, like, bypass, like, the fucking...
asteroid field or something?
Or, like, the planet's, like...
Oh, like a barrier?
Yeah, or, like, so they can get in easy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to describe it, but
like,
yeah.
sensors, maybe.
So he got that practice. He hopping around.
He hopping.
Mm-hmm.
One thing he's not good at, though, is flying the Mantis.
No.
He pulled a real Anakin and crashed immediately.
Yes.
But the Mantis has seen better days.
Yes. I mean...
You know, that's
not the same without the crew on it, you know?
That's a real sign that him and Grease are family. That Grease gave...
Grease let him have the Mantis?
Yeah. Just let him keep the Mantis. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I saw the Mantis, I was like, oh, Grease is still with him then.
Yeah, I thought Grease might still be with him.
Because I was like, there's no way. But then Cal starts flying it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
I didn't even know he could fly.
Grease, our favorite Italian uncle, is settling down, you know? On Kobo.
Our favorite Italian uncle.
One thing I liked about this game that was a big change from the first game was how they, like, most of the game takes place on Kobo.
Yeah. Which
was weird, which I was like, oh, there's not that many planets, because you literally go to Kobo, Jeddah, Coruscant for 2 minutes, and, like, the moon, and then Tanalorr, but Tanalorr's not. It's like one little
Tanalorr's just the final boss.
Yeah. And so I'm like, interesting. But like, I like the way they did it because it was fun, like, getting to know the locals and like investing in all that.
And, you know, the first game didn't have a whole lot of planets either.
There's more than this game, though.
Well, this one had Kobo, Coruscant, Jeddah, Terra Nova, I think was the moon one, and then Tanalorr. And then the first game had Kashyyyk, Dathomir, whatever the first planet was, the like tutorial planet.
Yeah.
Zepho.
Ilum, which
Ilum was really short.
Yeah.
And then technically Fortress Inquisitorius, but that was just for the last
the end.
So they both had, you know, technically Fallen Order had 6 if you count Fortress Inquisitorius. But...
Yeah, and just because most of the time was spent on Kobo and like exploring Kobo more.
Yeah. Whereas in the first game, it was just you kept jumping, but you kept going back to Zepho to do more temples. Mm-hmm. That was like the difference. But there weren't like any like locals on Zepho.
Okay.
It was just Empire.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it didn't feel like as much like you were. You weren't like invested in the planet as much.
Yeah.
Because it was just Imperials.
Yeah. I like the idea of like after this game, like depending on what happens with Tanalorr, it's just like Kobo's like their resource hub. They just only go to Kobo and back to Tanalorr just to get things they need.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I would like to see a future where Kobo is like a bigger Outer Rim planet.
Yeah.
But it probably wouldn't be good for the people on Tanalorr if it became a popular place.
Yeah, you want to be down in the slums. For sure. Who was your favorite NPC on Tanalorr? I thought the coolest, I don't know if she was my favorite, but she was my favorite design, was the bounty hunter lady. The Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
I saw her in the thing, I'm like, oh, she's cool. I'm like, why won't you talk to me? Like, why the fuck won't you talk to me? And then, later, when you're doing the mission and she shows up and gives you the bounty hunter stuff, I'm like, oh, you sound cool too, and you're a badass with your fucking like. Does she have like rocket shoes or a jetpack?
She had the Cad Bane boots.
Yeah,
those were the same boots that Cad Bane had.
She's dope.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
Or is it Turgle? Is it just always Turgle?
You know, kind of hard. No, I don't know.
I
feel like I would probably pick her as well.
I really loved the design of the shopkeeper too. She was just
Doma.
Cool. Yeah,
I think was her name.
Yeah, she was cool.
I liked the gay guys.
Yeah, they're funny. The weird Rise of Skywalker creature and just a dude. Yeah, who
just love each other.
Yeah,
I finally was that by the way the bit of lore about them that you wanted me to find.
Yeah,
I found like an echo and it was like, this is a date whether you like it or not. You can leave. Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, I liked seeing the bar like fill up with people.
There was the Green Twi'lek too, who I talked to. There are certain people who, no matter what, I talked to every time I went in to see if they had something new. There was like the Green Twi'lek who would tell you about things. I don't remember her name.
I think I pretty much talked to them every time I went in the bar, like no matter what.
Like every one of them.
Yeah.
See, I didn't talk. Some of them I got bored with, like the DJ and his girl. They got boring. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. And then like, I always talk to the blue guy at the end of the bar too.
Yeah. Did you get his full conversation?
Maybe, I don't know.
He gives you something at the very end.
I don't know. What does he give you?
He gives you access to a room in the back.
Oh, what is it?
You get like a soundtrack from it.
Oh,
for the bar.
Important, yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
He gives you a little reward.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the map and I was like, what is this red fucking door in the bar that I can't open?
Yeah.
And at first my first thought was like, is this like you got to clear, you got to make everybody in the bar happy or something? Yeah. Like, I was just trying to figure it out. And then like the next time I went in there and talked to him, he gave it to me.
Okay. See, they never made me care about the music in the bar, like being able to change the song. I just like ignored it.
I would sometimes intentionally put it on the one from the first game.
Oh, okay.
That was when I would change it. I mean, I would listen to it, but yeah, I didn't go around like changing it unless I was like, no, I want to hear that one song from the arena fight in the first game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, maybe they got some other bangers on there, though. Because there's like a bunch of extra tracks you can find.
Yeah, you can buy them from Doma, too, right?
Yeah, I think.
Apparently that's the hardest achievement.
Getting all the music?
No, buying everything from her shop.
Oh.
But it's a pain in the ass to find all the...
Yeah.
You have to, like, find all the...
Well,
things.
I had the map upgrade that gives you the locations of those.
How do you get the map upgrade?
You get that one on Jeddah.
Is it... You have to buy it on Jeddah?
No. It's, there are 3, like, temples in, like, the sand dune area that you don't really go to that much.
Mm-hmm. You just go explore it?
You do, like, these 3 temples, and each one gives you an extra perk slot as well when you finish it. And then they open up, like, a thing in the middle, and when you go down there, it has the map upgrade.
That'll be helpful.
And, yeah, it has, like, the map upgrade, and then Cordova's lightsaber hilt down there. Because, yeah, I was wondering about that, and I was like, I haven't explored Jeddah, like, at all. And I was like, and I saw those things.
Yeah.
Because you can, I'm pretty sure I think you can get every, like, you can eventually get, like, everything on the map.
Yeah.
Because you get echoes from the main story on Terra Nova, or whatever it was called. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah. Then you get the collectibles from Jeddah. And then I don't know if there's another one or not. I did really like including, like, High Republic shit.
Yeah.
Made me care about the High Republic a little bit more.
I know, I almost started reading High Republic books this week. I think I'm about to start soon. Because I'm trying to play less video games, because when you play, like, 8 hours a day and you have a bad arm and it starts to get sore, I'm like, this is not good. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting.
You're old.
Hardcore. I'm in my reading era. Some would say.
I'm in my writing era.
Whoa, that's weird.
You're in your reading era. I'm in my carpal tunnel era.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, did you know though? Like, I don't know if it's on Jeddah or where it is, but like, maybe it's on Jeddah. Like on Jeddah, I think after Bo turns, like there's his echoes are there, and you can find them, and you can like, there's an echo. I didn't find it. I just heard people talk about it, where like he initially like tries to play leans into like you liking Marin to try to make you forget about shit or something.
I saw that one. His echoes are on like every planet. Yeah. I found a bunch of them on Kobo, and
like why he tricks him into letting him stay behind so he can grab fucking Dagon's lightsaber.
Because I found the one where he was like, I know how to play him now. Kid's in love.
Yeah.
And that's why he's, during that whole mission on the Lucre Hulk, he's just like, what about you and Marin, though?
Yeah.
The whole mission.
Well, what about you two, though,
I thought he was just being a homie.
Yeah.
I did not...
He was being a bitch.
I did not, in 100 years, see his betrayal coming.
No.
Not at all.
I didn't see it either. And what even made it even better is that it just wasn't, like, he wasn't, like, working for the Empire. Like, he wasn't part of the Empire. He was just protecting his kid. Yeah. He was working with them, not for them,
Yeah. And then, like, the even more surprising reveal that he has fucking Force powers.
Yeah.
Like...
Former Jedi.
Wild. I like also kind of... We're just jumping all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be like that.
But, this is kind of just our excuse to talk about the game.
Yeah.
I like how we like explore a little bit of like the beef between the Inquisitorius and the ISB.
What do you mean? Where? I don't remember this.
It was on
when you were on the planet,
the ISB planet. Yeah. Like if you talk to like some of the officers, they're like,
oh, when you're in disguise.
Yeah, they're like, why do we have purge troopers here? We're so much better than the Inquisitorius. And then like when you're on your way out, the purge troopers are just killing everyone else.
Yeah.
They just, like, despise each other.
That's funny.
But in a way, like, this game, kind of makes it seem like the ISB was better. Because Bode fucked over, like, everyone.
Yeah.
Make a sympathetic Jedi guy.
The ISB are the people from Andor, right?
Yeah, they're the people from Andor. We've seen them in Rebels, too. Mm-hmm. Yularen is, like, the high-ranking guy.
Whoa, fucking
of the ISB.
Bitch.
Yeah, we've seen them a bunch.
Okay.
They wear the white.
Okay.
That's how you know. Except Krennic, I don't think he's part of the ISB. He might be, but...
He wore white.
No, but I don't know if he's part of, like, the Advanced Weapons Research Division, and I don't know if that's connected to the ISB or if he's just wearing white because he thought it was cool.
Yeah, who knows?
Because he's also just wearing a cape because he thinks it's cool.
Yeah, but he knows what's cool.
And it is, I mean, he does look cool, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wild. Wild shit.
I lost my train of thought where I was gonna play off something you said, but I forgot what it was.
I just didn't shut the fuck up. I get it.
No. I just don't remember.
Yeah. I like how for some parts of games you do have like a friend with you and you can like use their ability.
Yeah.
Like it, you know,
Marin's was clutch.
Marin's was fucking OP as hell.
Oh yeah.
I like how you can use it for like the very beginning of the final boss fight.
Yeah.
You can use it until he gets down to like a third of his health is gone.
Yeah.
And so like I would just, after I died like 4 times, I was like, okay, go in immediately, use Marin's ability, and then back off and wait for it to regen, and then do it again so I can get him down to that threshold without taking any hits. I was
smart.
I was on the struggle bus for the final boss.
No, that was me with other fights, but yeah. It was hard. It was hard, though.
Those were the only... I am glad, I only struggled with 2 fights in the game, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense that one of them would be the final boss.
It's like that's the easiest fight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would want the final boss to at least be... Maybe not the hardest, but at least harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find it...
How mad were you when Bo turned?
I was really fucking confused at first.
Yeah?
When he shot Cordova, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Speaking of Cordova, who the fuck knew he was still alive? That was shocking. Like, wait, you alive? What?
He showed up, and immediately my brain, like, switched to, like, did we know he was alive?
Right. No, we didn't know.
And I guess they never directly said he died.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that he, like, from the first game, I kind of assumed with his, like, video logs, I thought he died of old age. Like, I didn't even think the Empire killed him. I just thought he died of old age.
Right.
And then he just fucking shows up. Yeah, that was... Wild. Yeah, but when Bode first turned, I was so fucking confused. And then he used the Force on Cal, and I was even more confused. But I was having a great time.
Yeah. It was when you beat Dagon, which we'll talk about much more.
Yes.
I feel like we've talked about so much, yet so little. And, like...
It's okay. You and I both know nobody will reach this point of the video.
Yeah, but no, not little. We just, like, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
That, but, fuck, I lost my train of thought again.
After you beat Dagon.
Yeah, and... Because you... Oh, fuck. I lost my brain. My brain is broken. No, because you're like, okay, what the fuck's next?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, is it just... That's the game over? Even though that last Dagon fight was fucking dope.
Yeah.
With, like, the vision or whatever. Is that when Cal first uses the... When does Cal first use the embrace the dark side thing?
That's on Terra Nova.
Terra Nova, okay.
It's when you're chasing after Bode.
Okay.
And, like, a fucking full battalion of stormtroopers show up and you just fucking go crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, I feel like they kind of hinted it a bit throughout the game.
What, Bode?
No, Cal being, like, kind of getting closer to that point.
Yeah. I think that's why, Dagon and Bode were such good foils for that, because they're, like, both the extremes of Cal.
Yeah.
One doing everything to protect the people you love, and one doing everything to take down, like, your goals of, like, Cal wanting to destroy the Empire, like, on his own. Like, they're, like, the extremes of him.
Yeah.
And...
2 people he could have become.
Yeah. And it's interesting that he does, like... Which... I like that they explore this game of, like, yeah, we're gonna, like... He's, like... The Jedi weren't right about everything, and then he fucking lays one on Marin, you know? And you're like, yeah, the Jedi were wrong about some things, and, like, maybe you should embrace the dark side a little, but also, like... So I was listening to a podcast of a guy talk about, and he's like, when I use Cal, my Cal, because like after you embrace the dark side, like your slow power goes away, and it's just that.
Yeah.
And this one of those guys, like my Cal never used that after that, until only when he had to, because I feel like that would be the easy way out. And like,
I mean, that's kind of the point, isn't it?
I know. So like some people like. You could play it differently, and you can like put your own like little stamp on Cal that way, and which is cool.
I'm a fan of embracing it.
I'm a fan of embracing it as long as he doesn't lose himself.
That's what you can embrace the dark side a little bit as a treat. Mm-hmm. That's how I like to say it.
But I think it's going to help a lot now that they have Kata.
Yeah. Because it's also like, technically all of Marin's abilities are dark side.
Yeah.
She's a Night Sister. Mm-hmm. So Cal can have a little bit as a treat.
I'm so glad they made like a Night Sister character and made her dope and like
gave
one
her
of the best characters ever.
Crazy fucking powers.
Yeah, she's so cool.
She can shapeshift her knife.
Honestly, if you gave me a Marin game and like just didn't everyone else just wasn't in the game, I'd be fine with that.
Just give me more of Marin everything.
She's so fucking perfect.
I was so hyped when they, like, as soon as they said, like, oh, we'll have somebody meet you on Jeddah to take you to Seer, I was like, I knew who it was.
Oh, it took me a minute to realize it was Marin, then I'm like, oh, it's Marin.
As soon as they said, I was like, this better be Marin.
Yeah.
I want to see her. I miss her. Even though, that wasn't very far into the game, but I was just like, I miss her.
How could you not,
It's been so long.
She's perfect. Honestly, she wasn't in the game enough.
She was in it more than the first game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because it's kind of funny, she doesn't join the Mantis crew until pretty fucking late in the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is also funny that you can't go to Coruscant until she joins. You can't go back to Coruscant.
Why not?
Because she needs to cloak the ship.
Oh, that's smart, actually.
Because, of course, the Imperial capital would be, like...
Yeah, also, you just have fucking your face plastered over Coruscant.
Yeah. It was... I have to imagine it was probably a bitch to get the Mantis in there to begin with.
Yeah.
But especially post-tutorial.
I know, they had to pretend they were bad guys to get it in there.
Yeah, they had to pretend they were cups. Yeah, they saw the state of the Mantis and they were like, that's not the same one that, these rebels were using.
Yeah.
It's too fucked up.
Way too fucked up.
But Dagon.
The High Republic tie-in. It wasn't Revan!
Thank God.
Aww.
I thought it was so wild when
he, like, just made his arm come back.
No. Well, like, you free him, and, like, the first thing he does is bleed his crystal.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, fuck. Cal, what'd you get yourself into?
Like, it's just...
Especially, what was Cal doing when he found him? I don't remember.
We were
not looking for him. We just happened to find him.
No, you were doing what,
Oh, Z wanted us to do.
It was what Z wanted, yeah.
We were we were going to the temple or whatever. Also, shout out to Z. I loved Z.
Yeah, I liked Z.
Better than C-3PO.
Yeah.
No, actually, better than R2-D2.
See, now that's a hot take.
R2-D2 is the worst droid.
No, 3PO is.
No, I like 3PO a lot.
No, I don't.
He's least funny.
Debatable.
3PO's grown on me so much in the last, like, few years. Every time I see him, like, I think
it depends for me. I'm picky with when I like my 3PO. Mm-hmm. Only a little bit. Only just a treat of 3PO.
Only in what's the word?
Small doses.
Only in small doses, yeah.
That's how I feel about 3PO.
You like to microdose C-3PO.
Yes, unironically. I think that's when he's at his best.
Yeah. No, but Z was awesome.
I liked Z, and a lot of people in Jedi Survivor are really fucking old.
What do you mean old?
Z's multiple hundreds of years old. The tentacle guy is multiple hundreds of years old. Dagon is technically multiple hundreds of years old.
It's really funny to think that the Ravis was just, like, in prison, and then when the Jedi fell, like the Jedi were just holding him, and then when they fell, finally against the Empire, like, they just got released, and That's a massive L for the Jedi. Like, you should have not let him stick around.
Massive L. Yeah, like...
He should have been Kyber fucking in a fucking tube froze or like carbonite.
Oh, like carbon.
Like, he should have been like it should have been a pain in the ass to get him out of there.
Maybe he was,
but he's too big.
That's the issue.
Yeah,
he's too big.
It's harder to contain all the tentacles.
Very hard to contain the tentacles. I got fucking jump scared the shit out of me when, like, the first time he attacked you.
Who, Dagon?
No, the Ravis.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, jump scares you the first time he attacks you, and I thought I was about to fucking die, like, in real life.
Oh, yeah.
It scared me so fucking bad.
Were you going to see Greasy Money at the bar?
No. After, it's like when you're on the Lucre Hulk.
Oh.
Like, the first time he, like, actually attacks you.
Oh, okay. Before his boss fight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, jump scares you during that mission earlier, and then you, like, barely get away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, because then because you kill him on the moon, not on the Lucre Hulk. Oh, we forgot about the moon!
What moon? No, yeah, the moon.
Kobo's moon. So both games had 6 planets.
Did this one have 6?
Kobo's moon!
Oh, I don't know.
It technically counted as a different planet.
Oh, yeah, but wait. So was that... But wasn't Kobo's moon the same place where we went to chase Bode, or was that somewhere else?
No.
The IBS place?
The IBS place?
Yeah.
ISB place.
Wow syndrome.
The ISB place was another planet.
Oh, okay.
Or it was more like an asteroid, but...
Yeah. It was weird. 5.5.
Devastated moon, or whatever they called it, or cracked moon. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Yeah.
That Grease said was haunted. Yeah.
Was Dagon justified? Was he right to be angry?
I think it was right to be angry, maybe not right to just start killing everyone.
Yeah. He felt betrayed, though, by the Jedi Order, which makes sense. They do that a lot.
I get feeling betrayed by the Jedi Order, but I feel like, the second you cross, like, killing, like, 10 people and just keep going.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, like, if I'm the Jedi Order, I'm like, let's make a new temple to play a place that's really hard to get to. Like, that's smart, but also, like, a pain in the ass.
It's definitely a smarter idea in the time that Jedi Survivor takes place.
Yeah, especially because, like, in the flashbacks, they get attacked on that planet.
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't as hard to get back there back then.
Well, I'm assuming they probably, like, tracked them or something.
Yeah.
The Niles.
No, because now the only way to get there by the end of Survivor is the one thing they have.
Yeah, it's the compass.
Because, like, the thing that they used to get there to follow Bode broke. Yeah. And got destroyed. And honestly, you probably want to keep that destroyed so people don't know how to get there for the future.
Yeah. That just means that, Cal and the crew needs to just become a taxi service for the path.
Yeah, they just fucking ship them,
They're gonna get to the point where Grease can do that route in his sleep.
Yeah. Okay, Dagon.
Yeah.
We keep going off Dagon.
We do.
He was cool. I liked him.
Yeah, I liked his design.
His design was cool.
I liked that he kept
armless.
I liked that he was missing an arm, but he kept using the missing arm.
With his, like, projection thing he was using?
Well, like, he kept, like, force pushing with his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that was cool, yeah.
And then, like, sometimes when he would, like, split his blade in half, one of them would just be floating where his arm would be. Like, he was using the force in place of his other arm.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had some crazy powers. Especially in that last fight.
Yeah, what was that power? Like, even...
It was a mind.
Yeah, it made you see your worst fear, right?
Yeah.
Because Cal has a conversation with Bo, like, what did you see? And what did Cal see again?
Cal was just him fighting Dagon.
And then Bode was him losing his daughter, right?
Well, that's what he said it was. We don't know if that's true, though. Because he said it was his daughter being found by the Empire.
Yeah.
But
they were already,
he is the Empire.
But yeah, they were already with the Empire.
Because he was like, yeah, my worst fear was them breaking down the door and going to get Kata.
Maybe that was a sign that he was just making shit up, because Cal didn't see anything. Well, I don't remember what...
Well, no, maybe it's because Cal, like, used it against Dagon, so he was clearly, like, a bit better at, like, resisting it, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe his worst fear was just Dagon winning.
Mm-hmm.
Which would make sense. You know, he unleashed this guy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for his, like, big fear at the time to be Dagon.
I like the idea, too, a lot of these, like, Dagon's dude, like, Ravis being so loyal to this man that he waited 1,000 years to... It's so funny, too, that it's been, like, how many years since the Empire fell? Like, 5, right?
Since the Empire fell, or since the...
No, so yeah, since...
The Republic?
This is the Republic fell.
Well, this is 9. It would be, what? It would be 10. 10 years.
10 years, which is funny that, like, Ravis could not get to find Dagon for, like, 10 years.
Well, he needed the thing from Z.
Yeah.
And we only found Z because we fell.
That's true.
We experienced a cave-in. That's the only way we found Z. So, I you know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love so much that Dagon's people had the fucking battle droids.
Oh, I almost want to call them Ravengers, but they're not the Rats of Guardians. What are they called?
What were they called? Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I know it. It's something with an R.
Try to remember.
It's like Raiders or...
The something Raiders.
Yeah, it's something
It's not
Raiders.
the Crimson Raiders, is it?
That's Borderlands.
Okay.
What was it?
I
don't remember.
The Violet Raiders.
Whatever they were, I liked that they had battle droids.
Yeah, they had a lot of separatist tech.
Because Kobo has a Lucre Hulk on it.
Yeah. Makes sense, you know?
You know, it's in times like this where you remember that, like, each Lucre Hulk held, like, an entire fucking army.
Mm-hmm. And then you just have with them, you know?
You have to realize, like, how many fucking droids they had.
So fucking many.
So many.
So many fucking droids in the galaxy.
They had, like, 100 droids, like, per clone trooper.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Insanity.
Absolute insanity. Yeah.
Also, what was the lady's name?
The one that liked Dagon?
I don't know if she liked him, but her friend. The other High
Well, that's what I
Republic
mean.
Jedi.
Like, his friend.
Yeah. What was her name?
I don't remember.
Centauri?
Centauri.
Creer?
Centauri. It's Centauri something. But I don't remember what that is.
Centauri Cree.
Centauri Cree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was cool, too.
Yeah.
It was interesting to, like, examine, like, their relationship in the past because, like, she was, like, kind of understanding of Dagon, but, like, didn't want him to fall. But, like, also, like, had a feeling he was going to get lost by this because he was so fucking...
tunnel visioned.
Yeah.
I feel like it was definitely one of those things where, like, she was helping him for, like, a while, but then he just started killing people over and over, like, just unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So then she was like, fuck.
Yeah, but she's the one who fucking cut off his arm.
Yeah.
She had to stop him.
She cut his arm and then immediately threw him in Bacta for 1,000 years or however long it was.
Fucking badass.
I did not know that Bacta could preserve you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Damn. Put you in suspended animation, I guess, because he didn't have to eat.
He had the mask. It fed him for 10 years.
It had unlimited food. It had unlimited food supplies, I guess. Then
yeah,
that shit's wild.
Fucking wild.
Also, I do like that he had a yellow lightsaber before he immediately corrupted it.
Yeah, his hilt was cool too.
Yeah, his hilt was fucking rad.
Yeah, they had dope hilts back then.
They really did.
They really put.
They had a lot more yellow back then, and they also had really fucking sick hilts. Kind of wild.
But Rey's on one of the yellows.
I went through the entire game with a yellow lightsaber, okay?
I kept mine blue.
I like the yellow too much.
Yeah, I almost went orange to match his hair. I had to make sure it didn't clash with his hair, you know, his orange hair.
See, that's why I picked yellow.
I had to make sense with the outfit I had on, too. Like, the saber couldn't clash.
I feel that. I wore just the starter outfit for most of the game, and then I finally found an outfit I liked more.
Yeah, I wore the starter outfit the whole time. I only changed the undershirt.
Oh, I finally reached a point where I changed it.
I just changed the undershirt when I got something cooler. That went, like, had a better color scheme that matched with my fit and my drip. But I had my fit also match my hilt. It was my hilt was like white with like red and blue on it, and I had like the vest that was red and blue, and like the red pants, and it was fire. My Cal is fucking dope.
Fashion. The thing that I didn't change throughout the entire game was the hair and beard.
Yeah, no. I made his beard a little longer, that's it.
I
think I moved it up just like the one.
I kept it all exactly the same because I genuinely did not find hair or beard that I liked better.
No. I almost went with the man bun because I thought it'd be funny. I didn't look good enough for me, though.
It doesn't... I feel like it doesn't suit him.
Because I still want Ezra to have a man bun.
I only swapped the hair and beard for 2 trophies.
Oh, yeah.
You have to change it once to get a trophy for swapping everything, and then you have to change it once for attacking the training dummy.
You didn't use mullet Cal?
No, I was not playing as Hoggers Cal.
You weren't playing as Hoggers Calrissian?
No.
Wow.
I was definitely not playing as Hoggers Cal. Wild.
Dang shame.
Yeah. What a good fucking game.
Really good fucking game. We still have like 5 things to cover.
I know.
Let's talk.
I already miss Marin.
About Marin.
Yeah.
Jeddah. The first kiss. I'm honestly surprised they committed to the love story.
Yeah,
because after the first game, you're like, Cal and her have a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that didn't even click for me playing the first game.
Oh yeah, that didn't click for you.
No, not at all.
I completely forgot that you didn't even...
Because then I started seeing things online, I'm like, okay, I believe it. But then I read Battle Scars, and she has a girlfriend in Battle Scars because she's pansexual, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense for Marin. And I'm like, because I'm like, they really committed to it, but they didn't mention Fret at all. So I'm like, I wonder what happened to Fret.
I don't know.
Maybe she'll show up in the third game. Or
I feel like it is just continuing the more of the same, where like Star Wars books are pretty universally ignored by everything else.
It doesn't ignore it,
but like, you know,
yeah, it doesn't make it like important. No, but to be fair, like I said, by the end of that book, they're like, we need to, like, they all like were talking about their different goals. How fucking Marin wanted to fucking travel the world and find herself and like see the planets, and then how I don't remember what Grease's motive. Grease just wanted out of the fight. He was just like, I'm tired of this shit.
He lost an arm,
especially after fucking losing his arm to Fifth Brother because of Seer. It was Seer's fault. No, it was 100% Seer's fault that he lost his arm.
Damn.
Yeah, and Cal blamed himself for that, of course.
Of course,
but no,
he's a Jedi.
But like Seer never, Grease never blamed either of them for it.
Well, of course he wouldn't. They're family. And
that's why Cal's face has so many scars on it.
Yeah. Well, because the book's called Battle Scars.
Yeah, you know.
So it makes sense.
So those are like the big tie-ins. That's why Grease has a robotic hand.
Yeah.
Fifth Brother cut it off.
Fifth Brother got one on the limb count.
Because they were about to get fucked, and Grease had to run and try to find them.
I like how when during the attack on Jeddah in this game, he just has 4 clone trooper pistols.
Yeah.
And I want to see him fuck some people up with those.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about Grease from the book. Not interested in being sexually or romantically involved in you unless you have 4 or more arms. He's really into people with 4 arms like him. My
man's got a type.
I know.
You know what? I can respect it.
So that way they can all interlock while
that's what I mean. He needs to hold all 4 hands at once.
Yeah.
You know what? That's wholesome.
No, but that scene on fucking Jeddah when they kiss, I'm like, oh shit, they're committing to this, and then we have one of the coolest gameplay sequences I've ever played in a video game, which honestly I was so bad at too at first because I was not prepared for it. I was like, oh fuck, jump, fucking dash, I just got this, fuck. It was so cool.
The crazy wind tunnels.
Yeah.
So fucking cool.
That machine too. I feel like we'd seen that machine somewhere before.
It was We saw them back in the Clone Wars. Those are what attacked Kamino during the Battle of Kamino.
Okay.
The Separatists had a bunch of them, and they, like, shot up out of the water.
Okay.
Which is why I'm surprised, like... I mean, we know, obviously, that the Separatists and the Republic were both run by the same guy, but I just think it's funny for them to use, like, kind of a Separatist thing.
Yeah.
But that thing was a fucking monster. They just had to dodge around that until they could finally just launch Cal into its leg.
Right? Oh,
yeah, the
so
fucking...
cool.
The wind tunnels were so fucking cool.
Do you trust me? Let's do this.
Really, just everything Merrin does in the game is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
She has the coolest force powers.
I know, that's why I want more of Merrin in Star Wars. Put her in something. Give her her own TV show. I don't care.
Like, damn. Because it's also funny, because it's like, yeah, we've seen Night Sisters, like, resurrect people before. And, like, you know, Mother Talzin had some crazy abilities. But, like, I don't think she could teleport.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, Merrin could teleport in the first game, too. But, like, I'm still just always kind of blown away that she can fucking just teleport around.
Mm-hmm.
And now she can shapeshift a knife and fucking, like, reform structures and shit.
Yeah.
And then wind tunnels.
Night Sisters are cool.
And she gives you a talisman that lets you go through force fields. Like, damn. I just want more Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Like...
She's got a... How do you make more Night Sisters?
I don't know. I mean, you have to go back in time.
She's technically the last Night Sister left, right?
Almost. There's probably, like, a couple more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like the Jedi, where there's probably a couple more. But...
Can Night Sisters only, like... How do you, like, you have to say... They're all Night Sisters. There's not...
They all need... Are
there Night Brothers?
Yeah. That's what Darth Maul was.
Oh. But, so, like, you don't have to, like... But, so, like, the only way you can make a Night Sister is between a Night Brother and a Night Sister having a kid? Like, how do
They have never clarified... But seemingly, Night Sisters, I would assume, can only come from Dathomiri and Zabraks.
What does that mean?
That's what Darth Maul is.
Oh.
Zabraks that have, like, more color. Because Iridonian Zabraks look more human. Like, they don't have, like, the red or yellow skin.
Yeah.
Whereas the Night Brothers or Dathomirian Zabraks are, like... I know in the Clone Wars, they own, like... There's, like, that arc when Savage first gets introduced... And, like, they make it seem like they have to compete in a contest to just become, like, a semen receptacle. Because, like, they're, like... It's like a contest for who becomes, like, Asajj's servant.
Okay.
Because, like, it's a matriarchal society.
Weird.
So the men are, like, the submissives.
Oh, no, not weird. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's kind of funny.
But it's funny that they're doing, like... It's, like, a whole contest. And, like, they almost make it sound like it's a contest to be, like, her servant.
Hot.
And then, like, he has to swear his life to her because she almost kills him. And then he betrays her to go after his brother, but...
Okay.
Bros before hoes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think they could, like... Because there weren't that many Night Sisters to begin with.
Yeah, there weren't that many. There's only a
Although,
handful,
I feel like in Fallen Order, they almost made it sound like there were multiple covens of them on Dathomir.
Probably. Dathomir's a big planet.
Because the main one that we saw in Clone Wars with Talzin, there was not a lot of them there. Like, not a whole lot, at the very least. We do know at the very least that Merrin did see Grievous killing the Night Sisters, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is confirmed canon.
Yeah. Thank God she made it.
Thank God.
And I really I don't, like, have strong feelings either way about Cal and Merrin being together. Like, it's fine with it, but I do like it because of their shared trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I like it more than I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I don't like...
Yeah. I feel like I would have definitely popped off if her girlfriend showed up.
Yeah, where is
But that's just
Fred?
That's just because I pop off anytime I see women.
But I like them together. I like where we leave them with the family unit at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of the family unit, Uncle Greasy Money.
Italian ketamine dealer.
He's something. Him and his hairy little chest and his little... He was... I feel like he was, like, weirdly, like, the heart and soul of this game, too. Because he has so many, like, the best lines in this game. Like, I remember many times on the ship, he's saying very poignant things. Nothing I can, like, directly quote or remember off the top of my head. But I feel like he's always has, like, something, like, a very poignant line throughout the game.
Yeah. It was... And honestly, I fucking loved that.
Yeah.
Because I loved him a lot in the first game. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad, like... I also love that he got his moment getting to Tanalorr.
Yeah.
Like, showing his skills.
Oh, yeah. He's, like, flying through that fucking mess.
The Mantis's big, like, wing...
So cool.
So inconvenient.
But so inconvenient, yes.
But it's entirely so fucking cool. Yeah, he definitely... Because I love, like, the first conversation he has with Cal. Where he's like, I'm fucking worried about you, kid. You gotta, like... You gotta take a break at some point.
Yeah, have a sleep. Come on. Like, what are you doing?
Grab some seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love him being kind of like protective Uncle Grease. Mm-hmm. Just wanting...
It was at one point he's like, yeah, I'm with you, kid, but because I love you, I'm always going to be with you, but, like, you all need to fucking get your shit together. And...
You can't take them all out yourself.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes it definitely feels like it in the game, especially when you have the dark side power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that.
Like, all their, like, in the beginning, when we had, like, all their flashbacks of them, like, being a family together. So good.
That was such a good, like, thing to do in the beginning of the game, because it had been so long since I played the first one. Mm-hmm. And so just seeing, like, all of, like, these new scenes of them just being, like, family unit...
Yeah.
I liked that a lot. That was very fun. And it made me sad.
Just, like, fucking all of Marin's quips about, like, even quips to BD, like, she was making, like, threatening them but being funny, like, or, like, it was so good.
Marin is very funny.
Marin's the funniest. Marin's probably a top 10 Star Wars character for me. I love her.
Honestly, she's definitely probably up there for me, too. I fucking love Marin. I love, like, one of the conversations you have with her where Cal's like, so you met Cordova, how do you like him? And she's like, he's the funniest Jedi I've met. And Cal's just like, you've only met 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I love in that first flashback when she's talking to BD and she's like, no, you can't come with me. You're not allowed. You're not invited.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. I love BD.
Yeah, BD's the best boy.
I always love BD. They have their whole family unit I just love so much.
Honestly, they're up there with Phoenix Crew for me. I love them.
Yeah, I love the
They're
Mantis.
Not quite there, but...
No.
They're number 2.
Yeah.
Like, of, like, my favorite units in Star Wars, we got, like, Phoenix Crew number 1. I feel like I have to put... Obi-Wan, Anakin, and, like, Ahsoka at 2. But, like, Mantis Crew's 3.
Yeah.
And then we got, like... After that, it really doesn't matter, you know?
We got a lot of crews, though.
We got a lot of crews, like... But, like, those 3 are, like, the best.
Yeah.
But, it's like, there's always every trio, right?
Yeah.
But, like, this one's, like, not really weird because it's a trio, because there's 4 of them, so they're, like, more in, like, the Phoenix Crew, but, like... I love them.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't, like, say, like, Phoenix Crew comparing that with, like, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka.
But, like, what other crews are there other than Phoenix Crew or Mantis Crew?
Well, I want more of them.
You know what I mean? Just saying that's not, like... I don't know.
But they're a good crew.
Yes.
And we need more of them. More crews. More of the Mantis Crew as well. Yeah, that... It is sad that, you know, they never all got back together on the Mantis.
No, they didn't.
No. They all got back together on Jeddah, at least.
Yeah.
And they got to have one night of drinking tea.
One last ride, even though the bitch was there.
That was a really wholesome scene, though.
Yeah.
I really liked that, of them just, like, being a family around the campfire.
I saw a funny tweet that's like, the game should have ended there.
Before the pain.
Yeah.
Before they sent, like, the entire Imperial army to Jeddah.
And it seemed like Bo actually didn't have that too much to do with that. No, he did.
Called them.
He called them. But, like, they were surprised that Vader showed up.
Yeah. Well, no, he directly says, like, if Vader wants to find Seer.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
I don't remember where, I don't think that was an echo. I think you heard that in, like, maybe it was an echo?
Maybe.
I know there is a line that he says where he's like, hey, if Vader wants to find Seer, you gotta send him right now. Like,
yeah.
So he directly asked for Vader.
Okay.
Which is even funnier than that, like, I mean, Vader is sometimes such a petty bitch where he's just like, she attacked me once on Fortress Inquisitorius, I'm gonna go personally.
I need to end her. But to be fair, there's probably not a lot of significant Jedi like that left, though, other than, like, Obi-Wan.
That's true.
Like, Obi-Wan, like, but who else, like, big name Jedi that he's had experiences with that he's like, I need to go find.
That is true.
So he probably kept her up at night. So we gotta move on to the Seer of the story. We haven't talked about Seer.
Yeah.
I still am like, the High Republic thing wasn't surprising because I had a feeling based on the trailers, but the thing that will always surprise me is the path being part of this game, because it's something they introduced in Obi-Wan, which I wasn't sure how more deeply they explore in Star Wars, but, like, they have, like, the chance to do something, like, it fit so well into this game. It was, like, kind of central to everything.
Yeah.
Which was cool because, like, I think it makes so much sense for Seer as a character. Like, that's what she would want to do instead of, like, trying to take down the Empire, trying to preserve the Jedi she can, especially based on, like, her experiences with Trilla and Cal, and she's like, I need to protect these people.
And not even just Jedi, like, they were saying even, like, just Force-sensitive people in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just anyone
Yeah.
who the Empire wants to kidnap. Yeah, I really liked seeing the path and, like, kind of... We didn't delve, like, too far into, like, the logistics or, like, anything about, like, the path in particular, but I just liked it being, like, an integral.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that being, like, kind of the whole goal.
Yeah, because
I feel like without the path, there, like, is much less of, like, a need for Tanalorr.
No, but it makes so much sense for Tanalorr.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what makes Tanalorr perfect, is, like, because you already have this path, but they keep getting found, you know, like, these holdouts don't last forever. Well, what about a place that we can only get to with one ship?
And then tying Cal to the path, we're like, why don't you hear about Cal throughout the galaxy, even though it was, like, you know, other... Because the problem with Star Wars is always going to be, like, because it's all made out of time, like, that you don't hear about Cal ever, even though his face is plastered on Coruscant during the fucking Empire. But, like, it's a cool way to tie him in, but also be like, Cal could have just been, like, Tanalorr is such a... Okay, I feel like we gotta end with Tanalorr. I have so many theories and so many ideas. Let's talk about Seer. Let's talk about being able to play as Seer.
Yeah.
And then Vader. And then we'll get to that, and then we'll
be done.
Because...
And then I'll probably still, you know, once we're done filming, I'll probably still be talking about the game.
Yeah. And we really haven't even talked about gameplay that much either.
Well, yeah, but
cool. Gameplay fun.
Gameplay fun.
Dual wield best.
I'm just going to be talking to him about it off recording.
But playing as Seer was fucking so cool because you're like, holy fuck, this is what it's like, it's playing as a Jedi Master. This fucking purge troopers and people who you have to, like, fight to get their shield down, blowing through them. Oh, we also need to talk about the dark side stuff more, I think, too, for Cal.
Yeah.
But so cool.
Yeah, that was so... Because I feel like, especially in this game, and to a much lesser extent in the first game, there are definitely times where it feels like Cal is, like, an insanely skilled lightsaber fighter, and I feel like playing a Seer that makes you realize, like, no, he's pretty outclassed.
Yeah, he's good, but he ain't no...
He's good, but he ain't master.
He ain't no master.
Because, yeah, she just absolutely plows through...
fucking these people.
Anything.
Yeah. And that was fun too when you're like partner with Seer and Marin. You're like, oh shit. And then, like, did she had, what was her ability? Her ability was
the shield.
Freeze, or the shield.
It was like a shield.
Yeah. And then does it explode, or?
I don't think so.
No, hers exploded, right?
I don't think it did.
Yeah, you put a shield and then it bursts and then everyone dies.
I never saw that.
What do you mean? Because Cal's was pause.
Yeah.
So you killed them while they were standing. The shield did, like, damage to the troopers.
I must not have had it do damage.
How?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I did. I'm telling you,
because
nobody...
you can't. So you're telling me every time you use Marin's ability, nobody died?
Marin's ability?
No, Sears.
No, yeah.
So did you just not use her ability?
I guess I used it wrong.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I mean, I didn't really need it, I guess.
What? What? Are you... What?
I mostly just kept dashing in there and killing them in, like, 2 hits. And it wasn't any use against Vader.
No, it didn't work against Vader.
So, like, it's not like I needed it. Are you looking up what it did?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
How did you not... I'm trying to find gameplay of it that's not the fucking boss fight.
Well, I guess when I do playthrough 2, you know?
That... You're breaking my brain right now.
Was it like a parry thing?
No.
I don't know.
There's a fucking video right here called Star Wars Jedi Survivor All Endings. There's not multiple endings.
Maybe there is.
My problem is I can't... Here, I see.
You're not going to be able to find it.
No, I am, because you're being blasphemous right now. What? Well, you're saying there's no, like... Can you tell me what her ability did?
It was just a shield.
Yeah, but it exploded and then killed them all.
It never blew up for me. He's just pulling up a YouTube video on his phone and just trying to scroll through it to see.
No, because this is like probably the first time you use it when you're. This is like the best time to use it because they're all running at you. Ready? You do the shield, and they all fucking die.
Oh.
You push them all back.
I literally never saw that.
How?
What do you mean?
What did you do? Did you just fight them all off?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I guess
you're a psycho.
I guess I'm just fucking goated.
No, you're just dumb.
I just tore through them. I remember that part specifically. I just tore through them.
You're
and honestly, it felt fucking cool.
You're a menace.
Because everybody died in like 1 hit.
Yeah, imagine them all dying in 1 blow.
Yeah, but it was cool to see, you know, like, kind of dashing through everybody and just killing them.
You're a crazy person.
Yeah, I literally never saw that.
Wow. So, obviously, all her opinions on this game, not valid.
Wow.
Didn't see it all.
Wow.
No, but playing as Seer was dope.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
Yeah. I didn't think she was going to die necessarily when I started playing as her, but the moment Vader showed up, I'm like, shit, she's
locked.
Dead. Lock. That's why I put the fight down to easy too, because I'm like, the fight was dope, but I was struggling. Hardest fight in the game.
Hardest fight in the game.
Because it's Vader, and as it should be. But then, I'm like, I'm just going to play all this, and then just to be gut punched by Seer dying, I just got to beat this.
I knew she was going to die, but I was like, that's why I got to do it on the same difficulty on normal.
Now, I was starting to get mad, because it was funny, because my first run against Vader was my best, before I brought it on easy.
Mine, yeah, dude, like, because, you know, if you don't know anything about us, we're not very good at video games.
I'm dog shit. I almost rage quit like 2 times.
We're pretty dog shit at games.
Like, one of the first missions before you go to fucking Tanalore, where you're just, like, fighting off a fuck ton of people, and then waves keep coming, and there's, like, weird, like, Imperial probe droids that aren't Imperial probe droids in the air, and, like, you're coming up with fucking 2 Dark Troopers at once. I almost rage quit because I couldn't beat it. It was, like, wave after wave after wave.
I wasn't at that point.
Because when I'm getting double teamed by fucking Purge Troopers with staffs, and then there's like a fucking 2K2 SO droids. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I do remember the part that you're talking about, and that one I did beat first try, but I remember I had like a sliver of health left.
That shit kicked my ass, and along with fucking chasing Boat on the moon, because like I felt like it took forever for me to get to a checkpoint, and you fight all these people. Then there's a drink, and then you interrupt this thing, and there's fucking more people. Then there's a guy with a hammer, and I hadn't got to the checkpoint yet. I'm like, fuck. Okay, but what were you saying?
No, like the Vader fight was definitely the hardest in the game. And I wish I would have kept track of how many times I died. It probably wasn't as many as I thought it was, because that fight takes a long time.
Yeah. Do you know what my problem is, too? As much as I loved it, the thing that makes it really annoying when you die is, like, the interstitch cutscenes.
You know you can skip those, right?
No.
You didn't know you could skip them?
No. Because every time I hit a button, nothing would pop up.
Yeah, you can skip them.
I didn't know that. So, like, when I was fighting Ravis, and those were the two fights I struggled with, Vader and Ravis. Ravis.
Mine was Vader and Bode.
I think I only lost, like, 2 or 3 times soon.
I only lost once to Ravis, and I think it was because I jumped in with, like, 3 stims.
Yeah, I was very understimmed, too, when I fought him.
Well, but, I mean, like, I only had, like, a few left, because
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I didn't, like, reset.
Yeah.
And then I got fucked up, and then the next time I ran in, I beat him. He was pretty easy for me, Ravis.
I struggled with him for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean...
It's weird.
You struggled with him for some reason, you don't know why? I struggled with Bode for some reason, I don't know why.
I'm bad, so... Makes sense that I struggled.
Yeah, the fight with Vader... See, I'm glad that I knew to skip the scenes. Because I really liked the scenes. But I feel like if I didn't skip them, I would have been pissed.
Yeah. It was like, it's cool seeing him rise from, like... With the flames on it.
Yeah, like, she did really fucking good.
Yeah.
She did better than, like, most Jedi have done against Vader.
Mm-hmm. I'd say she did better than Luke did. Physically fighting him, you know?
Physically fighting
him,
yeah.
Luke only beat him because son. Papa.
Because Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she fucked him up. And then she got so close to getting a good stab in.
So close.
But not close enough.
Because, like, the whole time I'm like, oh, I wonder if they're going to kill her. Because, like, she's going to die, but, like, how do they get out of this but not kill her? Like, because obviously Vader's not going to die. Like, what's the end game? Because I'm like, okay, she's going to die, but, like, what's the end game if she doesn't die? You know what I mean? But I couldn't think of anything.
No, yeah. I had
maybe Cal coming in to help or something.
Like, as soon as
Cal was knocked the fuck out during this whole thing, right?
Yeah. Bode knocked him out. Because you chase Bode, but you don't have BD with you, so you have no stims.
Yeah.
And then he just fucks you up. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what it was. I kept getting fucked up against Bode because I couldn't dodge his stupid fucking move where he tackles you and puts a grenade on you. I could not dodge that to save my fucking life. I hated it so much.
Yeah, that shit was annoying as fuck.
It hit me literally every time he did that move. Every single time, even when I beat him.
Yeah.
So that used up all of my stims. Like, that was literally the only attack I could get hit by. Because I was like, if I get hit by anything else, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I don't have enough healing to survive all the fucking grenades he puts on me. Because I couldn't dodge it.
I think my problem with Vader was he would do his attacks. There's like 3 you could block, and then you do the heavy attack, and then I'd get greedy, and then he'd do a second heavy attack, and that would fuck me because,
well, it's especially in the last part of the fight.
Yeah, it's worse in the last part of the fight.
Because that's how I kept getting fucked up. Because I did the same thing where I would like kind of like bait it and then start hitting him, and you could get a couple of hits in, and then you had to back up. But then in the third phase, you can't do that at all because he just keeps fucking going.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way, like, you have to fight him, like, kind of, you get in there, get, like, 1 hit, and then get the fuck out. You cannot be greedy.
That's why I use the heavy against him. Because if I'm getting 1 hit, it's doing damage.
Oh, I can never land heavies against, like, bosses.
I almost exclusively used heavy against bosses.
I need to get, like, 1 to 2 small hits in, and then just pepper them. That's how I usually fight bosses, at least.
Yeah.
Because I'm awful at timing heavy hits. Yeah, that fight was fucking hard. And he took out, like, 70% of your health, like, when he would hit you sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, it makes sense.
It was dope. It was awesome.
I like that instead of stims, she just had force healing.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. As soon as I started playing as her, I was like, she's definitely dead. But then you get to the Mantis, and I was like, maybe there's a chance. But then she goes into the other room, and Vader shows up, and it's like, no. 0 chance now. They're in the same room together. He's not letting her get away a second time.
Nope, there's no escape. And especially like when you said when she gave Beatty the things like get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, don't. And then just having to see Cal and everyone's reaction to it was heartbreaking.
I mean, you know, it makes sense, because if she would have tried to run back to the Mantis, he could have just grabbed the Mantis with the Force.
Yeah.
She needed to make a stand.
She did all right.
She did pretty fucking good.
She protected them, you know?
She did pretty fucking good.
She saved the path.
She really did.
Wait, at the end, though, there was only, like, 3 things retrieved from the path, right? From her archive, right?
Yeah, it was just, like, the little chip, but it had, like, it had, like, a lot of information.
There's 3 books, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, because, I mean, they kind of torched everything else.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was sad.
Also, at the end, when, like, it was kind of cool. I kind of liked it. When, like, he's just standing there, it was surrounded by all the 3 dead people who were all his friends and family, and, like, you can see time moving around him, but he's just, like...
He's just, like, dissociating.
And just, like, out of, like, he's just... Yeah.
When it first started going in fast motion, I, like, thought, like, my game broke for a second. Because at first it just looked like an error happened.
Yeah.
But then it just, like, kept going, and I was like, oh, he's standing there a long time.
Did you have any crashes?
I had, like, 2.
Yeah, same.
It wasn't a big...
Sometimes frame rate was weird, but other than that, that wasn't too bad. I know it has real bad problems on PC. I feel like since we're reviewing the game, we need to address that. Don't buy this game on PC.
It's an
right
EA.
Away. Yeah.
Most EA games on PC
are dog shit.
I would say, at least my experience with EA games on PC is only really get them if you absolutely need mods. Because otherwise, any like EA game you can get is better on a console.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So like, unless you really need mods and are willing to deal with the bullshit of EA games on fucking PC, because EA's really dog shit at PC games. I just got it on PS5 because I needed an excuse to use my PS5.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I did. Well, and I don't have a computer right now, but...
RIP.
Yeah. I really loved the... Because then you chase after Bode and go to the ISB planet.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, Cal's in his trauma.
That was a lot of fun.
Cal's having a very bad time.
Yeah.
And, like, I love how, you know, he's just fucking pissed the whole level, and then you just, like, snap. Mm-hmm. And it was so fucking cool.
Do you snap before or after you meet Kata for the first time?
After.
Yeah. But it's like, you get all the way there, and you're like, oh, she's here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
She's here and he's not.
Yeah. Because, like, I get the struggle to, like, it's so hard because, like, that's why Bode's such a good, like, the Bode turn is very good, because you're like, I gotta kill him, but, like, I can't make this kid fatherless. Like, she already lost her mom. Me and Marin both know what this is like, but he won't give up.
He refused.
Yeah.
You literally give him every chance.
Yeah, to not be a dickhead.
Like, yeah, to just stop. And then it's, you know, and then he fucking force pushes Kata and starts choking out Marin, and it's like, okay, you forced my hand.
Yeah.
You have used 7 chances now.
That's how you can always tell when they're lost. Just like the moment like Anakin started choking Padme, and then like when he force pushed his
daughter.
Yeah.
It's also
the only time that's never been like super like you're like the only time when like someone force pushes their friend and it's not. Well, I mean, what about when Rey does it to Finn? Be like, get out here! I don't want you to die.
There are times, but you know it's different. It depends on when it's done in anger.
Well, I feel like Rey fights with anger, so.
But that was like for a justifiable reason, is what I'm saying. Like fair. He was pushing her because he was upset. Yeah. Like there wasn't a reason for him to use the Force on Kata there.
No. That's because you've been with Cal long enough to know that he wouldn't hurt her even.
Yeah. And like that's the thing. Like Bode was so fucking paranoid about like just the galaxy and the Empire, that he was like, I'm gonna make my daughter live alone on this planet.
Yeah.
Forever.
And
with no one.
Also, shout out to her, like, her little song or lullaby.
Yeah.
It was very good. And haunting when you, like, walk in, you just hear it. It's like, oh, it's beautiful, but this planet's kind of scary because it's, like, empty.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't like the tunnel. It's dark.
Like, that's the thing. Like, if Bode would have won...
She would have been miserable.
She would have gone insane.
Yeah.
Especially, like, because there would be a point where he would die of old age.
And it would just be just her.
She would go insane. Mm-hmm. Completely. And you'd just be stuck there.
But now, she's got a new mom and dad.
Like, that's the thing. Like, Bode was too consumed by fear. Because literally, they had the perfect option. Because you would have people with you on Tanalorr, so you're not...
Yeah, like, why did you just be with the path on Tanalorr?
Because he thought the Empire would find him. He was too consumed by fear.
Yeah.
He was like, if you bring Jedi here, the Empire can find us. They will find us. He let his fear control him, and then he fucked up.
Yeah.
And just was like, I gotta make, she'll be alive, but it'll be a miserable fucking existence.
Yeah.
That's when they're at the point where...
No return, you gotta finish the job.
But it does also, like... Because before you fight Bode, he looks like he's, like, struggling with what he did. And he, like, calls out to Kata, and then when he turns, he just sees Cal there and just snaps. So, like, I feel like maybe he... Like, it almost seemed like he was gonna be, like...
Like, been like, well, maybe I shouldn't...
Maybe we fucked up.
Yeah.
Or maybe I fucked up, I mean.
You can't do it on this planet all by yourself, And I'm sure there's dangerous life on that planet that yet to be discovered.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like, as soon as Bode starts running away with Kata and he has the compass, that's when you could snap. And you just get the fucking crazy power. Mm-hmm. And, like, I loved that whole sequence. Just, like, especially because I'm pretty sure on that planet, your slow time refills a lot quicker. Because you can kind of just use it during, like, every fight. Like, it just refills super fast. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you're just going through and, like, they have, like, the big security mechs that are, like, a pain in the ass. But you just activate the dark side mode and just kill them in, like, 3 hits. And it's so fucking satisfying. I loved that whole sequence.
Yeah.
And then I loved, too, when you're fighting Bode, and there's, like, that part where, like, the screen fades out, and you have to embrace the dark side.
Oh, one last time, yeah.
And you just crush his blasters.
Yeah.
That shit was intimidating.
It was. Such a good fucking game.
I love the whole... Yeah, the whole mechanics of everything with, like, the dark side ability, I fucking love.
Yeah. Legendary Beast never stood a chance after I got that, Okay.
Tanalorr.
We're getting towards the end. It's Tanalorr time. It's theory time. I have 3 to 4 things I want to happen. Or I think will happen. Okay, so there's obviously possibility 1. They try to rebuild the path on Tanalorr. Whatever the plot of the third game is, it fails.
Yeah.
They lose. Maybe Cal succumbs to the dark side. Who knows? But or they build the path on Tanalorr, but they're building the path there, their compass breaks. And they're just stuck there.
You're just stuck on Tanalorr.
So there's just, like, no one can come in, no one can come out, but there's just, like, a thriving Jedi population on Tanalorr. Because, like, I like the idea of Tanalorr because, like, it could explain how Cal exists later.
Yeah.
But, like, they just, like, completely missed the Empire fall because they weren't ready. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many cool... Like, what if, like, they get stuck and then, like... The funny, weird, the more and more we get in between 6 and 7, I'm like, Cal needs to show up. Or it's going to be like, what happened? Or, like, because, like, also, what if, like, that episode 9 just ends? Episode 10 just ends, right? Episode 10, that movie. And it's like, they find Tanalorr, and there's just, like, a 65-year-old kata on this planet, you know? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many interesting things they could do with it.
Yeah.
Like, to save Jedi and, like, bring them into lore. Like, what if this planet has just been thriving? And, like, Cal built his own temple here, and, like, Kata has her own fucking little apprentice now after she was Cal's, and, like, he's, like, 40, like, 50, and, like, they have, like, there's so much, there's, like, fucking tons of Jedi. Fucking, and then you, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities.
Like a little cabal of
yeah.
Jedi, but they're, like, kind of different.
What if while they're trying to build the new Jedi Order, like Luke's trying to build it, and then Ray tries to build it, there's just one they don't know about thriving. Because they have, like, High Republic teachings, and they
it's
have, like,
just on Tanalorr.
Yeah, that'd be insane, and then someone finds it.
You know what I want?
But they don't know what's going on the outside because
they're stuck.
Or they just keep themselves secret because they know it's still safer that way.
They think the Empire's still out there.
Because they made our beautiful, beautiful communist utopia, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. You know what I really want? I want, because obviously, we have the family unit. Cal and Merrin are now Kata's parents.
Yes. Kata is now Cal's apprentice, too.
I want Kata to be Cal's apprentice and to also learn a bit of Night Sistership.
And she marries Jason. Hera's kid.
Yeah, I know who you meant.
Wouldn't that be baller?
I just want somebody who has a lightsaber to also be able to do some of the stuff that Merrin can do.
Yeah, that'd be raw.
Like, that'd be, like, kind of a cool thing where if, like, if we go with, like, say what you're saying, but they're not, like, full Jedi, they're kind of, like, Cal mixing a little bit of, like, Merrin's, like, philosophies and stuff in with his own to make, like, sort of, like, a new version of Jedi. Because obviously, like, we explored in the game, he's like, yeah, they didn't have everything right. Mm-hmm. So clearly, if he were to go on to Tanalorr and, like, make his own Jedi, they would be different.
Yeah.
They'd be allowed to fuck.
Yeah. They'd definitely be allowed. There's just so many cool things they could do with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they're going to go. But I just hope it means, like, a way for Cal to exist.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah, because
But it's also interesting, what the fuck's the third game going to be about,
Yeah, I would assume that it's about trying to get the path onto Tanalorr.
Yeah.
That would be my biggest assumption.
Or maybe we pick up in that game and it's 5 years later and the path is on Tanalorr.
Well, yeah, I could see that too. And something goes wrong.
Yeah.
That would be funny if the third game only is on Tanalorr.
Because they're stuck.
Because you're stuck for the entire game.
And they're just like, we got to explore more.
Yeah.
And then they find another Old Republic Jedi. Or
no.
Then they find Revan.
What if the Niles are still there?
Maybe. That would be cool. Or
they attacked Tanalorr.
What if Starkiller's there?
That doesn't make any sense.
Someone said bringing Starkiller in the third game would make a lot of sense for Cal's story. I didn't really think about... Like, I really didn't look at their explanation, but it's someone I trust with Star Wars.
The thing... you always run into an issue with Starkiller, though.
Power?
Yes.
But does he have a Night Sister girlfriend?
No,
to help him?
The whole thing is Force Unleashed is like full power fantasy where it is just like you are like a fucking god.
Yeah.
Like Starkiller is literally too OP for them to like put anywhere.
Except locked away in Tanalorr.
They would have to like severely nerf him.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't have a problem with, but a lot of people would have a problem with.
Yeah, they could do some interesting things with it.
Because I still think it would have been cool if he was like an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Or like if he was like the Grand Inquisitor or something. Like, but he was too strong for that. But I also wouldn't mind like nerfing him a bit just to make more sense. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. He doesn't need to be as OP as he was in the game.
Yeah.
Because in the game he can beat Palpatine. So like...
Yeah, but so can Mace Windu.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Palpatine, he was smart. He was strong, but he was more smart.
In Force Unleashed 1, you beat Vader and Palpatine, 1-to-1. Like,
but also, you don't have to, that game's not canon. You don't have to make him as strong as he was in that.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to make him as strong.
You can make him strong enough to where it makes sense, but,
You can make him,
I think there's a balance of where it's, he's not too strong, but also not too weak.
You can put him at, like, Dooku level.
Yeah.
Still weaker than Vader, but, like, pretty fucking OP.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That would have been my take. Because I can kind of see that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, him and Cal would be sort of fitting enemies.
Yeah. They could play off each other.
They kind of are...
Because he starts dark side, goes light, and Cal's on his journey of being light and possibly going dark.
What I really want is in the third game...
Cal to be Snoke.
No.
We found it!
No.
We did it!
There's nothing I want more than for them to finally give us... I want in the next game for Cal to be true gray Jedi.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they could build a cool gray Jedi like Utopia on Tanalorr, and then find a way to integrate it into like the main timeline.
Because I feel like, especially because he has like Marin and like Grease and people and BD, like he won't fall.
Like imagine like. That's where, like, Thrawn and Ezra went.
To Tanalorr?
Yeah, or, like, that lost to.
No. That's not in the unknown regions.
I know, but, like, what if, like, Ezra finds them? The problem with Star Wars is...
What?
Every trilogy is so, like, unconnected to all the other stuff that's happening that, like... Even though, like, the stuff in between is always the best part, like, how you gonna, like, where was Ezra and Ahsoka during the Rey stuff, Like, where was...
Well, that's why they literally have been doing it the way that they have. Like, that's why they yeeted Ezra into the unknown regions.
Yeah, but he's coming back.
No, yeah, but they yeeted him into the unknown regions so you couldn't be like, well, where was he during the original trilogy?
What are you gonna do when he comes back, though? And then, where was he during the sequel trilogy? Dead?
Well, it's been 30 years. I don't fucking know. They got a lot of time to explore that, okay?
They need to tie it all in cool ways.
Well, that's just kind of... I think that's going to be, like a problem that hopefully they won't have in the future.
Yeah.
Like,
because they're not doing trilogies anymore.
And they're not doing it, like, in this weird order where the movies all came first and now we're jumping around all over the place.
Yeah.
Like...
Do you know what I want more than anything? I don't want it to be the third game, but I want a Star Wars anime movie about a Mantis and Phoenix crew team up. Because they're around. Seer will be gone, probably, but they exist at the same time. It's pre-episode 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Like, what's stopping Mantis crew?
This is in 9... This is in 9 BBY. Rebels starts in 4 BBY. Or 5 BBY. Because Ezra's 14 and then he turns 15 on Empire Day.
Yeah.
And he is the same age as Luke and Leia. So which would mean he was born during episode 3 like Luke and Leia. Which would mean he's 19 in episode 4. So the 19 years. So yeah, it would be 4 to 5 BBY is when Rebels begins. So we're 4 years off of Phoenix Squad.
So
if next game, 5 years again in the future.
Oh yeah, like a future time jump where but like we have no reason to believe that the Mantis crew is involved in any way in the rebellion.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
So I know we're never gonna get that story, but I think it'd be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that would be fucking sick.
We're probably just gonna get them
because I feel like Kanan and Cal would be very good friends.
Yeah.
They have very similar backstories.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of close to the same age. Kanan, I think, is a few years older. Because Cal was like 8 during like the fucking Order 66, whereas Kanan was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty close.
Yeah. I don't think it'd make sense timeline-wise, but I would think it'd be a fun story.
Yeah, I think, it'd be a fun, like, I don't even know. But I agree. I don't think it would make sense, but I would still want to see it.
Just remember, the future of Star Wars is Grogu, Rey, Kata, and Jason. Never forget it.
Hopefully one day we'll see Jason again.
Maybe we'll talk about him in the Ahsoka show.
I mean,
because he exists.
If we see him anywhere, then I would assume it's there.
I don't think we'll actually see him. I'll just be like, he's off with who? Okay, who's babysitting Jason? While they're doing Ahsoka missions.
I mean, I would assume Hera.
No, but she's with them.
Oh yeah, she will be with them. I guess Luke. I just hope he's not with Luke when his order dies.
Yeah.
But
they can easily ride around that.
Because there's no way that they would, like, just...
No, Filoni wouldn't let that happen.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah. I'm sure once he's done telling Ahsoka's story, he's like, my new character's Jason.
Jason, yeah. I would love that. Yeah, that's... Yeah, like, that is kind of the funny thing with all of these, like... You know, all of these... Because a lot of things in Star Wars are... Like, a lot of things you don't even think about that happen at the same time.
That's why Tanalorr has so much potential to be like, yeah, they got locked away on this planet and never left, but then one day when they finally decide they're ready to explore it, you get there and you're like, oh yeah, my master was Kata. Like, that was founded by Cal and all these other Jedi, and you could tell stories there of like, fucking, who's the guy with the dreads and like the yellow lightsaber, fucking... From the Clone Wars.
Quinlan Vos?
Quinlan Vos, who's in the part of the path or used the path at some point. Quinlan Vos, fucking Reva's on this planet. Fucking, you could hide off all these people, like former Jedi who were on the run. And then Barriss shows up and she's mad still. There's so many cool things they can do with Tantalor, and I hope they don't fumble the bag.
Yeah. I have no reason to think they would.
My idea would be they just get caught, they just get stuck.
That would be...
And there's just a utopia there, and they're just building, like, a new Jedi Order. Like, they have enough to survive, but, like, they just, like... They never have to deal with any problems with the they could just, like, use character... Like, they could use so many cool things.
My singular want... Like...
World between worlds. Go and pull him off the
God.
planet. Let's go!
My single want is I just want Cal to become a great Force user.
I think that's going to happen.
I know, but...
Or he's going to fall.
Yeah, or he'll fall and have to, like, swear off the dark side, but I just want more Star Wars characters to have, like, that nuance of, like, being able to do both. You know? Mm-hmm. Third game, you know how, like, in this game they let us start using Mind Trick on people? Third game, give us Choke.
No, that's too much for him.
That's not too much, though. Too much would be lightning.
But Rey used lightning, so that's not too much.
We don't count episode 9. We don't count episode 9 in this household.
That's fair.
Like, Choke is like... I mean, Luke's used Force Choke before.
Yeah.
He choked out 2 Gamorrean guards on Jabba's palace. I always remember that because I'm like, well, where the fuck's his gray... little bit of gray? Because he choked out 2 Gamorrean guards.
Big if true.
He did. We saw it in theaters a while ago, like last week.
Whoa.
Wild.
Yeah, okay, maybe. That'd be cool. But they gotta keep finding ways to make him stronger, so...
Yeah. Give me, you know, because...
Give me Force Heal. Fuck BD.
No,
I'm just kidding. BD's dead now.
No! I love how...
BD's Katsa's babysitter.
I will always, you know... in the boat fight when he's punching you and you can like you have to follow the dark side. It's not because he's punching you, it's because he swatted BD. That's why you follow the dark side.
Yeah. The moment you touch BD, Super Saiyan mode.
Hands will be thrown. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we done it. I think we reviewed the game.
I think we've done it.
We're at an hour and a half almost, right?
Yeah, 140 actually.
Yeah, I think it's time to end this.
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
Yes.
Might be my favorite Star Wars game.
I think...
Jedi Fallen Order was my favorite, and I think this one's better.
They're
both great, though. They're both, like, 1A and 1B.
Yeah, they're both phenomenal. And that's the thing, like, I feel like this does exactly what I wanted the sequel to do. Where, like, I'm just so glad, you know, like, we keep all the powers, we get more just shit, and then the story is, still really good.
Yeah.
Like, it did everything I wanted. Because I always, like, one of my fears in a lot of games is always, like, well, how do they justify us losing all of our abilities between games?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we did not do that.
I lied. 10 out of 10. I don't want to use a 5-point scale.
Yeah, I was very confused why you did that. I like 10 point scales.
A lot of websites I use.
Fuck that.
I use 5-point scales.
I use 10-point scales.
Mainly the movie website. I use Letterboxd. It's a 5-star scale.
I use 10-point scales and I use decimals because I'm annoying.
Okay, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
And if you're playing on PC, it's broken, so probably not.
You're playing on PC.
See, I'm too big of a Star Wars fan. Technical issues don't fucking faze me.
Yeah. Same.
But yeah, so thank you guys for listening this long if you're still listening. Who knows what Jedi Fallen. Let's leave them with this. Hit the subscribe button, but what will be the title of the next Star Wars game? My guess is Star Wars Jedi New Order.
My guess is...
Even though that would be tap on the toes of whatever the next Rey movie is when they form the New Order in that time.
My guess is that it'll be Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order Survivor Order Fallen.
Whoa. No, because I like the name of Survivor for this one too, because it makes sense because they're all survivors. They're just surviving out there.
They're just surviving. But yeah.
Hit that subscribe button. Until next time. Mommy Marin?
Christ.